Good afternoon. 3 minutes past 12 p.m. Good afternoon, Statelanders. How are you? I hope that you're well. We all hope that you're well. Here's something that you may find interesting, particularly those of you who believe it's not necessarily what I believe or what Statelanders believes, but I think that it's safe to say that many of us, including myself and including perhaps a number of Statelanders, possibly represents items enumerated in the book of Revelation, and that it may be a sign of very ungodly things, and that may be related to the ability to buy and sell and the mark of the beast and so on. Is that fair to say? Have I put it in a pretty fair way? Even if you're one of those people like me who's not necessarily completely convinced and who's not entirely sure of the meaning of those verses, and if you are one of those people who, like Statelanders as an organization, doesn't necessarily go out of its way to say, this is what those verses mean. But you perhaps wonder if this is what those verses may be referring to. Okay, then you'd be interested in this. Central bank digital currency. We have produced a number of videos, over the past 9 months, in which we have kept you informed, firstly, the trial implementation of the world's first fully digital currency, namely a digital version of the yuan in China, initially rolled out to 5 or 6 cities, if I remember correctly. I could be mistaken, of a population of 22 million people, something like that. Now, that's not to say that you can't use paper money and whatever other systems. When I say fully digital, I mean that the digital prototype was a complete prototype, fully standalone prototype. And then it was extended to 11 cities, I believe, and I haven't read any updates since. The second thing of which we informed you is the TARP program. Do you remember was it initially $3.1 trillion initially? The temporary assistance and relief program of the United States of America that Donald Trump signed off earlier this year. We told you that every single draft of that bill, of that legal bill, passed through the 2 houses of the Congress, namely the House of Representatives and the Senate, and then signed off by the President, that every single draft of it, except the last draft, made provision for a Federal Reserve e-currency. Very dramatic thing. Now, 3 weeks ago, the European Union, we're on about the middle of the 3rd week of October, the European Union announced that it would be, I want to use the correct word, not rolling out, but it would be developing, that it is now to develop a digital euro. And then 2 weeks ago, the Bank of Japan, on Friday of 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, I'm just trying to do some mathematics here, I believe it was Friday the 9th. Yes, I believe Friday the 9th. Yes, Friday the 9th of October, the Bank of Japan announced that it too would be implementing. I read the announcement, and it wasn't very clear on at what rate, when, how does it begin, where does it begin, when does it begin, but that they would be implementing a Japanese fully digital currency. And then last week, on Wednesday, the 4th of October, Russia announced that it would develop and introduce fairly soon. In other words, they seem quite intent on doing it rapidly. A digital ruble. The digital ruble. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we can safely say, without fear of contradiction, that it won't be too long before we are compelled to use digital currency in South and or Southern Africa. It's not going to happen overnight. The implementation of such systems is going to be an enormous challenge for the South African government, such as it is nowadays. Nevertheless, the fact remains that we do appear to be heading into times that challenge the Christian conscience. Thank you for watching this video. Like it if you liked it. Share it if it may profit your friends and family, your loved ones, your fellow Christians. And subscribe. May God bless and keep you in the time that lies ahead of us.